Okay guys, today we're going to talk about what I think is probably the best hardware wallet for most people to get, and that's the Ledger Nano S Plus. So first of all, you're probably like, okay, Ledger Nano S Plus, how is it different than the Nano S or the Nano X? It does have slightly different features than both of those, and it actually combines a lot of the best features of both, and it kind of strips away the things that in my opinion are going to be unnecessary for most people. In terms of the Plus compared to the Ledger Nano X, number one, the Plus does not have a battery. I actually like this. I think the Nano X battery is kind of a pain. I know that they do that because it has to work with Bluetooth and with mobile, but in my opinion, most people don't need that, and it's just another piece of hardware that can fail. I think not having a battery is a plus for the Plus. That was bad. Unless you're in the situation where you absolutely need to use your Ledger with your phone and with Bluetooth. But then one of the other big benefits is that the Ledger Nano S Plus is quite a bit cheaper than the Nano X. The Nano X I think retails for $149, but the Ledger Nano S Plus actually retails for $79. And that's why I say it's probably the best hardware wallet option for most people. If you're a person that wants to invest in Bitcoin as well as other cryptocurrencies, then the Ledger Nano S Plus provides all the great features of the Nano X without all the stuff that you probably don't need at a much cheaper price. So enough of me talking about random crap, let's unbox this thing. So as you can see in the box, you get one Ledger hardware wallet, you get a USB-C to USB-A cable, which is basically how you plug it in. You get a getting started page packet type deal. You get 3 recovery sheets, which is where you'll write down your seed words. And you get a keychain strap, which I don't know who in the world ever uses that, because why would you want to be carrying your Ledger on your keychain? Please, whatever you do, don't carry your Ledger on your keychain unless you know exactly what you're doing and why. I don't recommend it. Okay, you have these parts. Let's set it up. Ledger.com start. So basically you're going to download Ledger Live, which is the software that you use to be able to install apps on your Ledger device. It doesn't come with any apps already installed. Apps are basically what you install for each coin that you want to store on the device. So there's a Bitcoin app, there's an Ethereum app, etc. It's also how you can update the firmware for the device and just basically manage it overall. Then once you download Ledger Live, go ahead and plug in your Ledger. You get basically a welcome screen, right button to continue. Tells you to download Ledger Live again, then press right. It basically gives you a little tutorial of how to use the buttons. Now if you scroll over to the right a bit, it gives you the options. You can create a new device, which is what we'll be doing. But if you already have a recovery phrase and you want to restore that onto a new device, you can do that here as well. And then it just tells you, hey, remember, to stop scrolling and eventually choose something. So I'm gonna do it as a new device. So here's where you add your PIN. So I'm gonna show you what my PIN is because I'm gonna change this after I'm done, but you should never tell anyone what your PIN is. I'm just gonna do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would just say, this is probably obvious to you, but I highly recommend you never use a PIN that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Please don't do that. I'm just doing this for display purposes. It'll ask you to confirm your PIN. And now it's going to ask you to write down your recovery phrase. So So just real quick, these recovery sheets are critical. Your 24-word phrase is your backup for your whole wallet. Anybody that has that 24-word phrase can basically have access to your assets and move them wherever they want. Don't let anyone ever see it. Like in this video, I'm showing you my 24 words. You should never show anybody your 24 words. I'm only doing it because I'm gonna remove this wallet afterwards anyway. I'm never gonna use it, so it's not a problem. And I want you to actually see all the exact steps of what to do and what it looks like. But you should never show anybody your 24-word phrase. Critical. I cannot stress this enough. But make sure you write it down on all 3 sheets of paper, assuming you have 3 good places to put them, and then put them in a safe place to where only you and people you trust have access. I cannot stress this enough. So it's going to generate the 24 words. And like it tells you, it's the only backup to restore your account if you ever need to. Write it down on a recovery sheet in the right order. Use one of these recovery sheets. So once you write down your 24 words on your recovery sheet, it should look something like this. Now, again, I'm doing this because I'm gonna wipe this machine after I'm done with this video. I'm never gonna use this wallet. You should never, ever, ever show anybody your recovery phrase ever. I'm only doing it so that you know the actual steps to do to set up your own device. So once you write down all 24 words, you can use the left button to go back through them if you just want to make sure. Once you're ready to continue, hit both buttons and it'll ask you to verify. And once you go through all 24 words, if you get them correct, it'll basically tell you that your recovery phrase is set. Your device is ready. Now, as you can see on the dashboard, there's no apps installed. So now that we have the 24 words set, our device is ready. It's time to install some apps onto it. In order to install apps on your device, use the Ledger Live application, open it up. Then what you want to do is go to the manager. Then on your device, it'll ask you to allow the Ledger Manager software. Hit both buttons. And here's where you get to the app catalog. You can literally just go down here and install each one. We're just going to install 3: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Alright, so now you can see on your apps installed that they're all 3 there. Then if you want to add the accounts to your Ledger Live, if that's how you're going to use the device, you can easily click Add Account. Ask you to open the Bitcoin app. You can add a name. You can rename it if you want. For anyone that's investing in Bitcoin or crypto, if it's any amount that you're not willing to lose, I highly, highly recommend you get a hardware wallet. The Ledger Nano S Plus, I think, is a good mix of features and price that it works for most people. If you want to see more videos on Bitcoin, crypto, step-by-step tutorials, check out the videos on the end screen. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.